if all of a sudden your internet stops working, your power completely shuts off, or if your water tastes like chlorine, well, that could be a cyber attack. And according to the White House, a cyber attack is coming. It's just a matter of time. Now, I'm going to break down what's going on right now, how the White House and the EPA are both warning us that we are going to see a cyber attack to our water supply very soon. We're already seeing there's countries like Iran and even China that have already infiltrated our systems. Now, it's just a waiting game. So I'm going to break that down in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. I know what you're thinking. That we are getting warned that we are going to have a cyber attack against us. Why are they just going to warn us? Why don't they just stop it? Well, this is what the FBI and Homeland Security have been warning for a while. That they know we have Chinese and Iranian hackers already in our systems. But they're just waiting. I'll even throw in Russian hackers as well. Because again, we have reports that they have already tried to do certain things, but they get shut down. But look at this. It says, Iran may attack U.S. water supplies, warns the Biden administration. It says, lifeline critical infrastructure systems face cybersecurity threat from Tehran and China, according to state governors. Now, state governors have been told for several months that an attack could be coming very soon. However, it hasn't been until just recently where they have been told to prepare. Plan, be ready because this is coming. Well, here's what I can tell you. These cyber attacks that are targeting U.S. water systems, well, the EPA and the White House are warning us about that. But here's the big issue. States are being asked to assess vulnerabilities at water utilities following attacks linked to the Chinese and Iranian governments. They are being asked to assess their vulnerabilities. But here's the crazy part about this. According to experts, the entire system is at risk. The entire system is vulnerable right now. You want to know why? Because this is something that we never thought we had to worry about. But here's the big concern. Cyber attacks on our water treatment facilities, this is concerning, but it would not prevent the United States from moving forward. A cyber attack on our electrical grid, again, very concerning. This would cause a lot of people a lot of issues, but is this going to cause people to lose their life immediately? Well, some, yes, if you are living in you need to be, in a very quarantine area, or you need oxygen and things like that, you need assistance. Well, that could be troubling for you. But here's the next one. What happens when we see the power grid go down? Our water supply is compromised. We see things like air traffic controllers, their systems get scrambled. They don't know where they're sending planes. What happens when traffic lights just stop working? They all show green. What happens when the gates, the floodgates at a dam just all of a sudden open up? What happens then? Well, that's when you could start to see loss of life. If a city underneath a spillway, underneath a dam, all of a sudden gets wiped out. What if we see when we have the next wildfire? What if we see our systems do not work? They don't warn anybody in the city or in the surrounding area because a hacker pretty much got in and shut it down. What happens then? Well, here's what we know right now. It's not just the hacker itself, not just the cyber attack, but look at this. It says we should all be concerned. The effects linger following Change Healthcare cyber attack. This cyber attack that was done by from Change Healthcare, this was done a while back, okay, over a month ago. The concern, though, is it's still taking so much time to fix the system, so much time to go back and repair the damage that was done. So even a month later, we are now hearing that this is still lingering. The effects are still there. That's troubling. But again, I bring this up because the White House, the EPA, the FBI, Homeland Security are all telling us a cyber attack is going to happen very soon. But it's not just going to happen because of for no reason. According to all experts, they are saying that if China sees an increase in tensions, they will implement some type of attack. Here's the problem, and I said this the other day. Taiwan came out and publicly stated that there is U.S. troops on Taiwan Island, about 3.7 miles away from China. This is a big concern for China, not just because we have troops in Taiwan teaching them our ways, teaching them how to be a better military, right? A stronger force. But we are so close. We are 3.7 miles away. That's very close. And that's a concern for China. So if China thinks that is an increase in tensions, that's an increase in our conflict, guess what? They could do something. They could shut us down at a moment's notice. So, where do we go from here? Well, what we continue to hear is that these cyber attacks that are starting to make their way into the United States, they are going to hit American citizens very soon. They will hit us hard. Just think about this for a second. How much water do you drink? How much? It may maybe 1 cup. It may be 150 ounces of water a day. I don't know. How much water do you drink? Now you factor that in. How much water you drink out of the tap? How do you get ice? Do you have an ice maker? Do you get water out of the tap? How do you take a shower? And if you're taking a shower with contaminated water that hasn't been properly cleaned, what about watering your lawn, right? Putting water into your dog bowl, maybe from a hose, filling up your pool with potentially contaminated water, right? All these things. What happens? Well, then what happens if your power goes out? You have no power. You have no electricity. Let's say your system, maybe you have a Ring camera. Maybe you have some type of smart security system. What happens if you don't have internet? What happens if you don't have power? Does all this stuff go down? Most cases, yes. That's exactly what we are hearing from some illegal immigrants coming in the United States, is they're saying that all you gotta do is pretty much get a home's power shut off. And if it gets shut off, their system is down. If they have smart locks, in some cases, they're actually opened. Yeah, garage doors, easy to open. This is what we're hearing, and this is happening all over on TikTok, is people are being instructed on how to get into your home, what to do to cause you pain. Again, this is the concern, is that these cyber attacks are just the starting point, and it's just the beginning. So, as soon as you get more information as to what is going on here, how you could potentially be impacted even further, I promise I'll come back on and I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.